Welcome back to the MWG podcast. This is part 2 of episode 7. If you're tuning in, we're joined with our guest, Sam, aka DirtyHumans. And if you're coming in from the last episode, we're going to get right back into it. And if you haven't seen part 1, make sure you go and check it out on the YouTube channel and check out all the other videos too. So with that said, I think we'll just get right into the stories if you're ready, Sam.
Yeah, I'm ready.
So, we left off with, you talking about your mains in Melee and Brawl. You want to talk about your first Melee, tournament experience?
Oh, yep. So, you know how, everyone has their group of friends and you guys all play and you've been, playing at something for a while and you're like, all right, we're pretty good.
Yep.
Well, amongst our group of friends, I was probably the best player in the group at the time. And so one of our other friends, he wanted to throw a Melee tournament out here in town. So, we went. I'm like, yeah, we're going to, go in here and mop everyone, So, we go in there, big room, bunch of people you don't know.
It's one of the match tournaments, right?
Yeah, match tournament.
Yeah, so shout out to Green Havoc. Green Oak Havoc?
Green Oaks Havoc, yep. And, we get there and we're kind of just, looking at the competition, watching people play or whatnot. Like, okay, you see people like, okay, you got a few good players. Get on my first match, I get mopped.
You remember
I
who it
got
was?
mopped. Like, I was like, what just happened? Like, bodied. Bad. And I was like, man, okay, what is going on here? I'm like, all right, you know what? That that was whatever. That was warm up. That don't count. Next match, same exact thing. Bodied again.
Oh wait, hold on, Sam. But in those two matches, did you get to play? Did you get to play?
The second game I didn't really get to play. The first one I got to play some.
Oh, okay.
I got beat down. I was like, man.
Wait a minute. I don't think I was at this tournament. I don't think I went to this tournament. So
the first? This was the one with Felix went, and
I don't think I went to that.
Who else went? Maybe not.
I think Deji might have gone.
I think did Deji go to that one? Damn, I
don't think I made it the first one, but I know you went to it or O2?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I went 0-2.
Oh,
and I was like,
I did not know that.
And that was when, like, after that tournament was when, like, I was like, man, like, the world is huge. Like, there are players out there, like, and from that moment on, it was kind of like, I can't underestimate anybody in anything. Like, it don't matter what it is. You cannot underestimate anybody in anything. Everyone and anyone on this planet is capable of anything.
I'm curious, but I want to know if there's someone out there that's their their very first experience. They're like, yo, I was OD, son. I got to win this
Right?
Right? Usually it's this, because my tournament experience was just like yours. I got mobbed too, so. But yeah, I just want to bring it up. I thought it was.
Well, you never know. There's probably a family reunion somewhere, and everybody's like, let's have a Smash tournament. And of course, they're going to win.
Yeah. And what's crazy, too, is because, even before this tournament, we had people from the school, challenging us, all the time. Like, oh, I'm so good at Smash, we could beat you. They come around, and we just destroy them.
Right.
They don't even know what's happening. And this is before, this is before we really figured out how to play Melee. We dabbled in wave dashing and teching bit by bit. A lot of it was on accident. We didn't know how to do it.
We grew up on freaking Hyrule Temple. So.
Yeah. We didn't know nothing. And it was after that, it was okay, I'm really trying to get good at this game, and just started playing more, started watching more videos, started just trying different stuff and learning a lot of the timing and stuff on things, and ended up getting pretty decent at the game.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the first tournament was wash.
You know what I think it is too is a lot of because people are generally used to playing a certain way against other people that know how, or like just people that have experience
Yeah.
with, because like when you go to a tournament, you're gonna play someone that you probably have they're probably gonna do something that you've never seen before. And that's what separates someone with tournament experience and someone with no tournament experience. Because you have no tournament. Because when you have someone with tournament experience and they see it one time in the match, they're like, "All right, this guy knows what's up." So he's gonna bust out his new, some new stuff, or to use back. They're gonna adapt, right? And I think that's the biggest thing is being able to adapt. Because when you see that for the first time as a new competitor, you're kind of like, "Whoa, what I just get hit with?" Like, what? And this is bracket too. This is like in the match, and you're like, "Oh," and you have like a couple seconds to figure it out. Otherwise, you don't get to play. Right? Because my first Melee experience was just like that. I just remember like, dude, when do I get to play? I was like, I thought I was doing everything right. My tech skills on point, but my opponent's not letting me do the tech skill.
Yeah. We started videotaping our matches that we would play against each other.
Oh, nice.
I would go back and like watch them and like, analyze what I was doing in like certain situations and things like that, and just really trying to break down like my bad habits.
Wait, was this on the VCR videotape or like?
We had Moss. You had that little.
Yeah, I had
the little camera. Yeah,
the camera. Okay.
Oh, please! You still got the footage, Moss?
I don't think I do.
Oh, man.
Yeah, a lot of that old stuff is gone.
Yeah.
OD.
Oh man.
Before I knew how to back stuff up the right way.
But yeah, that was. I mean, that was. I could honestly say like that experience definitely changed my life and like my view on like a lot of things.
What characters were you playing in your first tournament, and then what characters did you lose to?
I think I was using Dr. Mario at the time.
Okay.
Because I ended up picking up Mario like later on. Like I dabbled in like Falco, Captain Falcon, Ganondorf, Fox here and there, but like I didn't really have like a character that I had really settled on. And then like I started playing a lot of Dr. Mario, and then it eventually became Mario.
Oh, okay, got it.
I lost to a Falco.
Oh, classic. Okay.
And I lost to a Falco and I think a Fox.
Oh, the Spacey classic.
The Spaceys, yep, they got me. And this is how, like, I didn't know that that Reflector was so good. like that's why I was like seeing him do stuff with Reflector. I'm like, man, what the heck is going on? Like, I can't even touch him. Like, I'm trying to shield grab. I'm trying to nope. Reflector just beating everything.
You shined. Oh no.
Yeah, Shine is so good.
Mm-hmm.
So and you can jump out of it. Someone in a room somewhere really thought that was like, hey, you can press shot. You could jump out of this. This is a good idea.
Oh, yeah.
One frame.
How did stuff like that get figured out? Like, I feel like a lot of it has to be on accident.
100%. It's a combination of. Well, I mean, if you're asking me, a combination of experimentation. Like you got like guys like Mewtwo King. Those guys are like.
I mean, that dude's a scientist.
Yeah, those guys. Without those guys, we would not have any of this, right? Those guys are.
No.
Yeah, Mewtwo King. In the documentary, like he would, because now you all have technology, right? You can look at things frame by frame. But back in the day, he was pressing pause.
Yeah.
And unpausing and pause it again. Do it by frame, and I was like, and he was counting.
Yeah, he was counting.
I'm good, son.
Yeah, he was about it. That man.
Yeah.
Scientist.
Yeah. Pioneers.
Yep.
Is what they are. So yeah. Anyway, experimentation in the devs. It has to be a combination of, because I think about this a lot even with newer fighting games. It has to be somewhat deliberate and also on accident at the same. What I think happens is they're like, whoa, like you can do this, but they don't tell nobody, right? But then the thing is that you can do this, but they don't explore any further. That's what I'm gonna guess, right? They just let the players kind of do it.
Yeah.
Hey,
that's why
clean up this code.
That's why the beta testers get banned from tournaments. You've been beta testing this game, you can't play in the first like handful of tournaments because you know all the stuff. No one else knows anything. Yeah.
That's crazy. I want to know. I wonder what that's like. I mean, maybe that's how it is for fighting games now. in Street Fighter 5 right now. Standing fierce in the V trigger, and you gotta hold the mix up after.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not gonna tell no one.
Yep. Ridiculous.
Oh man. Anyway, your turn to experience sounds like pretty much most of ours. That's yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So you mentioned like you started watching more videos and stuff. Were there any like key melee players that you started following like heavy?
So there were a few players, but like I never really found like a Mario player. Like I didn't really know any I didn't know really any Mario players who played like a lot. I mean, the only person I can think of was like I mean, like, and this is like way later, like Mango. Like he played Mario a little bit.
Scorp, yeah.
Yeah, he played Mario for a little bit, and I was like, whoa, like, but this is like later on, you know.
Yeah.
But I used to watch. There's this Jigglypuff player named King. I used to watch him play. I used to watch Ken, Dr. PP, Mewtwo King.
Classic.
Like Aizen. Like,
oh man, that's classic too.
There was a lot of good players. Like, yeah.
Dude, that reminds me. Like, I remember when we first got a hold of like the Zelgades video, like German all them.
Mm-hmm.
That crap was like mind blowing to us.
Oh, dude, they were. Yeah.
You watch those videos over and over again.
Their combo videos were nice.
Mm-hmm.
Like, super nice.
Oh man, there's some classic names on there. Yo, Martha's cheap, son. He's been cheap since the beginning of time.
Oh yeah,
dude, the hella cheap, dude. I mean, don't get me wrong. How many tournaments Ken won? That's not just Martha being cheap. That's just Ken being Ken.
Oh yeah, that was Ken being.
Yeah.
But let's just be
that
real.
Guy.
Combination of him being godlike and Ken's cheap, and Martha's cheap.
Oh, if I say Ken, I can't forget about Isaiah.
Oh yeah, classic.
Yep.
Yeah. Falcon.
Yep, that Falcon.
Pioneer. Oh man. Shout out to Falcon, by the way. Shout out to Falcon in 2001. No comment on that. Man, can you imagine if Infamous was playing Falcon in 2001? Oh no, dude.
I don't think he was born yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like if he had that Falcon now, can you? Yeah. Oh no,
all those years of. Oh yeah.
You already don't get to play now. It would be even worse. Worse. Oh man, that's funny. We got a couple of these tourneys. You got into Brawl too, huh, Sam?
Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. I was more motivated for that game than I was for Melee because it was a brand new Smash game. We hadn't seen one in years. You know, we were wondering like if there was going to be one. When they started showing stuff on it, it was like, oh yeah,
the
new tech.
Yeah, you know, and
it was so hype. Just like the lead up to Brawl was super hype.
Super hype.
Isn't it like announced 2 years before it released or something like that? I know it was a long time.
I think so. Yeah, so I think it got announced in 2006 because it was, I think, my senior year of high school when I remember it getting announced, and I like followed it all the way to like through my freshman year of college. So it might have been like 2006 or it might have been junior year actually, like like late 2006.
Yeah.
Or early 2006.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Remember the dojo? You just check every day.
Yep. Did you see the new updates?
You know, with that game, I was still I was pretty young still at the time. Was it 06, 05, 06?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
06, yeah.
Somewhere, yeah. And I was still in like middle school, I think, if not younger, right? So I didn't get to. I played it probably like I remember playing it 7th and 8th grade. I wasn't aware of the competitive seen yet, but the story was OD. Dude, a Subspace Emissary is amazing. No Smash game has touched that since then. No one at me. If there's anything that game did right, it was Subspace Emissary. That game was OD. Other than that, I don't know anything about Brawl, actually. That's why I kind of like...
Really?
No, I really don't. I don't know, no tech or nothing. The only experience I had with Brawl is I was playing with my siblings, and obviously they got washed because, I'm the oldest one, right? But my first real competitive experience was I was working at McDonald's at the time, and this dude was like, "Hey, you play Smash?" And at the time, it was Melee. The dock had just come out, and I had the emulator, and I was practicing tech skill. Well, yeah, I like Smash. I played it. And he's like, "Yeah, dude, you should come over." He's like, "Come over, dude, we play Brawl." And I was like, "Oh, wait, what game is it, bro? What is that?" And you got to keep in mind that the Brawl was not painted in a very positive light in the documentary.
No.
Yeah. If you actually played the game, I'm pretty sure it'd be different. But in the doc, so someone like me who was still new to Smash or new, right? It's competitively. I was like, yikes! But I was like, yeah, I want to play anyway because I like video games. So I was like, yeah, just like, dude, it wasn't just him. It was his little brothers, dude. His little brothers, bro. Those guys were like I think they were like 8 and 10, right? Or like 8 and 10, right? One of them played Falco, right? And I keep in mind, I don't know playing Brawl. I was like, oh, this is gonna be bust ass, right? These guys, little kids, right? I was playing Falcon. Dude, I got chain grabbed by Falco.
Yep.
Oh yeah, don't play Falcon in that game.
Yeah. And I was like,
yeah.
And this dude's 10, by the way. And I'm just like, I think I was like 9. I was definitely 20, 19 or 20 at the time. And I was just like, what is happening, dude? I don't get to play, bro. What is going on? And I just got down at a bunch of times, and I was like, okay, this is not happening. And I got washed like all that whole night, and I was like, these guys are really good. And they just play each other, but they didn't play competitively, right?
Yeah.
That's my only real Brawl experience. And then after that night, I was like, hey, have you guys ever heard of Project M? Because you could what do you call it? Yeah, mod the Wii, and then you could you could essentially have the, Brawl and turn into, and they're like, nah, we don't know what that is. And then I just showed them, and they're like, oh, this is tight. And then sure enough, next thing I came over, they're like, yo, we're all about Project M. They're wave, the little kids are wave dashing. And
Oh man.
I was like, oh, these guys learn so fast. And,
Huh.
Anyway, that was my only. Well, what's up?
I was gonna say that's probably one of the things I missed from Brawl, the ability to chain grab. Like starting with 4, they started putting in that 1 second
they
delay.
take that out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The chain grabs were.
Yeah, the
That was
King
cheap.
DDD one.
Chain grabs were broken in Brawl.
Oh yeah, they were.
Hella
Like,
cheap.
they were stupid in Melee, but they were broken in Brawl.
Yeah.
The fact that DDD didn't have to move.
Just down throw.
I didn't know. Yeah, so you guys got to share some of that. I don't know anything about Brawl. Like, I know nothing about it. I just know Meta Knight is broken and nobody likes him. And I don't know anything. I don't know anything about the other characters because I never followed it competitively. As far as I know, it was It was Super Smash Meta Knight. Like, I don't.
What?
And
You
Ice
think
Climbers.
Snake is annoying in Ultimate?
Yeah.
Brawl Snake
He
was ridiculous.
Brawl Snake is ridiculous. Meta Knight is obnoxious and just broken. Like, oh boy. So like in that game, like if you played a lot of Melee and like transitioning into Brawl, you had to completely forget how to play Melee. Like there, like nothing from Melee translated really over to Brawl. Like, I mean, if you tried to play Brawl like it was Melee, you were gonna get whooped. Like it wasn't gonna happen. Like, things that normally combo don't combo. Like there's combos in that game, but like they're very minimal. Like it's like a 2-hit combo, 3-hit. Like there's really, and it's some characters really don't have combos. Like, and that's one thing that I had to really that I struggled with for a while was like getting past that, like trying to keep attack. Like once you get like a throw or something and then you try and keep going and like chain something, like it doesn't work like that in that game.
So there's a lot of neutral. I'm assuming.
A lot of neutral, and you got to be patient. You got to be real patient in that game. You got to kind of set things up and
nobody trying to do that.
Like you can rush people down, but like you got to do it in a way where like you're conscious of what their options are. Like you don't nothing like there was you weren't getting stuff really for free.
Right. So actually,
they had infinite air dodge in that game, right?
Yeah, infinite
Yeah.
air dodge.
Oh, yeah, I was actually just about to ask that. So in Smash 4, an ultimate air dodge is super strong. Is a super strong option, right? I think ultimate is not as strong as 4, because in 4 you can just you can just click over and over in the air, right? And you never get hit. In ultimate, you get like 1, and if they know it's coming, you get punished for doing it.
You get punished, yeah.
So what about in Brawl? So if you're in Brawl, if you're in the air and you're coming down, what are your options? Like
Air dodge. Air
dodge.
dodge. I mean, air dodge was super good in that game.
Really?
Like,
Okay.
you could get punished. You could get punished for doing it, but like it had more uses than just like avoiding attacks. Like you would air dodge to DI stuff.
Oh,
like,
yeah. You have.
So like if you get you get hit really hard and you hit air dodge like right after you get hit, it helps you DI and keep you on the stage.
Okay, I did not know that.
Spot dodge for some characters was ridiculous. Like absolutely ridiculous.
Get that?
Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like I played Rob in that game. So Rob's spot dodge in that game was nasty. Like
it's like an hour long. No one touches you.
Yeah, it's really. He could spot dodge, and then like it's almost like before he's even done spot dodging, it feels like you just spot dodge again. So you could dodge attacks like quick, but you could get punished for it, but they just had to time it right, because otherwise you get like spot dodge down smash. Every time.
Okay. That's
With Brawl, I always thought of it more as like Samurai Showdown, where you get the 1 or 2 hits.
Oh man.
As opposed to like Street Fighter, where you're trying to string stuff together.
Yeah.
Pretty good analogy.
Pretty good, because it was pretty much unless you played like Meta Knight or who else could like juggle? I think Mario had some juggles. Meta Knight, Diddy Kong.
Diddy Kong was really good in that game too.
Yeah, Diddy Kong could like combo you. Meta Knight could combo you.
Banana combos.
I can see how Snake would be awful in that game, because that game is mostly neutral, right? And it's slower. So that means all those projectiles, there's a lot more weight to it. Like
his down smash was different in Brawl too.
Yeah. Yeah. Snake in Brawl. He's a monster.
He had the landmines.
He's kind of a monster in that game. Like he was like set up. He was like he would he sets you up. His down smash was a landmine that the longer he charged it, the longer it stayed there. And then he had the detonator, the remote mine.
Yep.
And he had grenades, and he had Nikita too, right? He has Nikita.
Yeah. And so I think there was tech with the items that like I forgot what it was.
Glide toss.
Yeah.
The slide toss.
Yep.
Oh, so this is what made Snake really disgusting in that game. So his dash attack, you can dash attack and then cancel his dash attack on their shield block to up smash.
So dash attack
to like up smash, or you could just like sliding up smash with him. Like it was weird, and while he's sliding with the up smash, he has a hitbox in the front of him. So he would slide through you, shoot the mortar. The mortar from his up smash would go up, and if you tried to chase him, the mortar comes down behind him.
Oh my, that's so
it was ridiculous. Yeah, it was ridiculous. And then his grenades were super strong, rack up damage. Like his recovery has always
his up tilt. Oh my god,
up tilt disgustingly strong. His forward tilt disgustingly strong. Like. He was KOing people at low percentages, like all day, and he was super difficult to kill. But one thing that you could do to him in that game was he could get gimped if you did it correctly. So if he's back up to the stage and you grab him and don't pound and just grab release, he can't up B anymore. So he just falls off the stage and dies.
Okay.
There was tech in that game with like grab releases and things like that, where like it put characters in a situation where they couldn't do anything about what you're gonna do. Like they literally couldn't press any buttons.
Okay.
Infinite grabs, chain grabs.
Who'd you guys play? So you and Moss played it pretty seriously. So who'd you guys play in Brawl?
So I played pretty much primarily Rob. I didn't really have any other characters in that game.
Okay.
It took me a while to find a character to finally land on, and I think I ended up staying with Donkey Kong. But yeah, Sam definitely played that game better than I did. Like we went to a lot of locals, and we went to maybe like one major, and Sam plays really well most of the time. So
Right.
Oh yeah, we were.
he
Yeah,
revolves his
Moss.
thoughts in all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah. I mean,
Went to a couple in Sacramento too.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I definitely put in a lot of time in that game. Like I'll say I probably, in terms of like trying to get like tournament ready, I definitely put more time into that than I did Melee. Like Melee, I would do stuff kind of solo, every once in a while just to kind of brush up on my skills and keep my tech sharp. But in Brawl, like I was actively trying to figure stuff out, actively trying to figure different things out and different things I could do, little tricks and stuff I could find with Rob that, because no one like at that time, I mean, no one really played Rob, and I've always, like I said before, like I've always been a fan of kind of just playing characters that aren't really played, and something about Rob just really resonated with me. Like I don't know what it was, but that character, like he's probably my favorite Smash Brothers character of all time.
And yeah.
So what makes that version of Rob your favorite? Like
Well,
was it the spot dodge?
The spot dodge was really nice. That version of Rob that I really liked, his laser. His laser in that game was like, I mean,
Or it's
it
more
was
OD.
extremely good because
Okay.
it was more like you can KO with it. Like you can't KO with it as well as you can like in Smash 4, like how it has a bigger hitbox and it hits harder. Like it wasn't so much for like the KO, but like what I used it for mostly was just like zoning and racking up damage and like throwing people's recoveries off and like setting like the top up, setting up the Beyblade, setting up edge guards. Like that thing was extremely useful, and the charge wasn't that long. So like they made the charge for it, like for the little beam, it's faster. Charges faster in Brawl than it does in like any of the other games. But in the other games, like they started like buffing his other attacks. So like in Brawl, his forward B, for instance, the spin, the punch in Brawl, all it did was it was garbage. All it did was reflect projectiles and kind of made you float in the air like a little bit. That's all it did. If you tried to actually use it to hit somebody, they could be getting hit by it and hit you in the middle of you hitting them. It was like really bad. And then like his up smash had the only hitbox on his up smash was above him. He couldn't hit people with his up smash if they were standing in front of him or like on him. Like it wasn't good at all. His forward smash in that game, his forward smash in Brawl was good, but it had like a it had a really bad sour spot on it. So like you would get more sour spots than you would the hard hitting hitbox.
Right.
And his recovery's always been fantastic. I mean, and like I started figuring out things with his recovery that like I could use to make my aerials recover faster. So like normally, you do an aerial, you hit the ground, if you don't space it with your jump, and because you can't L cancel in that game, you have to space it to where when you use it in the air, when you land, the animation for the attack is over.
Okay.
But with Rob, I found out that I could do an air attack and I can up B immediately when I hit the ground. So I could do moves that normally would take longer to recover, but because you can up B, you can cancel the animation of it to up B, and then I could do another aerial. So I started figuring out some tech with him, and it started like working pretty well. Like people, later on, I kind of want to get to like the tournament before I start talking about like.
Let's talk about that.
Like future stuff.
Let's talk about that.
The first Brawl tournament.
Might as well just jump into the RG tournament.
Yeah. So, there was a LAN center that we had talked about. It's like RG Rigos that used to be out here, and we convinced him. No, who was it? Rob. That's who it was. Rob. He talked to Rigo and convinced him to let us have a tournament there. And he was like, yeah, you guys can do it, if you bring all the setups, follow the rules and all that. And we were like, yeah. So we did it. And we weren't sure how the turnout was going to be. I kind of thought it was going to be like all local guys again, and it ended up being like it ended up being fair, like a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I think it was probably over 30 people.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, this is like, this is before, before any type of Instagram and all that.
Yeah. So how'd you guys advertise that?
I don't know how.
Like, I need to know.
Yeah, we had nothing to do with the setup for that tournament at all.
We had nothing.
We knew the guy that hosted it. And he told us something.
That's literally it.
Fully charged before fully charged.
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome. And so, like,
Well, hold on, Sam. Before we get into it,
yeah.
Just going back to the promotion and stuff of it. I don't really know who promoted everything, but we had people from like Livermore come out, and we ended up becoming like really close friends with them.
Yeah. I was gonna definitely mention the Livermore guys. Yeah, hell yeah.
That's wild. But
so Livermore's got a crew, huh? I mean, I'm gonna have to start doing some targeted advertising.
Yeah.
This is concerning because right now we got Instagram, we got Twitter, people out here with fake Instagrams, right? We got Discord, right? And y'all getting 30 entrants on this tournament with no advertising.
Wow, man, that's great.
Hold on.
Yeah, dude, it was dope.
You might have to get Rob involved in this.
Huh. Right. But yeah, how did we got connected with Rob through Jeff and our mom.
Yeah.
That's how we met him, because they knew him in high school.
Well, I knew Rob. I've known Rob
too. Yeah.
So,
but
we've all known each other for a while. It's just didn't know he was into Smash.
I didn't either. Yeah. That's dope. But yeah, we ended up meeting some like really good friends through that tournament that we're still friends with now, and like, you know, that's just, as I said, gaming's one of those things. Like it brings people together. Like,
oh yeah,
really does.
Mm-hmm.
But this tournament, you know, typical. You start off, you play some friendlies with people. You kind of don't show your full hand. You know, you play your secondaries.
Okay.
You warm up. You do that type of thing.
Okay.
So, you know, it starts. My first match is against this Falco, and he ends up beating me. He beats me first match. First set, he beats me, and I'm in loser's bracket right away.
He got grabbed. Okay.
Yeah, I got grabbed.
He got grabbed.
I got grabbed, and I was like, "Whoa!" Like, okay, like not this again. And after that, it was like, I was like, okay. And I used to have this little like MP3 player with me. I used to listen to music while I played.
Okay.
But after that, I was like, all right, I need to put on, you know, I need to put on some music that's really gonna put me in the zone and stuff. And so there's this anime that I watched, Hajime no Ippo.
Oh, okay.
And this boxing anime that is still going on now. I still read the manga.
Right.
I really hope they continue animation for it. But one of the opening songs for like the second season or something is this song called Inner Light. And I put that song on and I just set that thing on repeat. I just started blasting that.
I didn't know you put it on repeat.
Yeah. I mean, I went into I went into, you know, seek and destroy mode. Like, I'm not losing again.
Yo, I typed the Inner Light on YouTube immediately, dude. I'm gonna listen after the podcast is over.
So, you know, I lose my first game, and I'm like, you know, I gotta buckle down and do this. So I'm watching other matches. Here we go, and we even forgot to mention Aaron was there, and Mike Suarez.
Yep.
Oh,
I think Tyler too. Tyler too.
Tyler was there too. That's right.
They were pretty good too. Like,
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Aaron trained with us.
Yeah. So at the time, at the time, like, you know, we used to play and stuff, and games would go back and forth here and there, and like we used to mess with Mike, like, because like, I mean, he was good, but we used to like mess with him, you know, mess with him and stuff. And that tournament, that dude was on fire. Like, I mean, he was beating everybody.
Oh man,
beating everyone. He played Olimar, and I could not stand that character.
Oh
and,
man.
And
But
this was Olimar had 5 Pikmin.
this is when Olimar had 5 Pikmin. Yeah, he had 5 Pikmin.
Oh man.
And you could get multiples, right? Like multiples of the same color. So
Mhm.
you could get like double white and 2 whites. You get hit by 2 white Pikmin in that game, you're taking like 60%.
That's
Dude,
nightmare.
that purple one was
And the
disgusting.
purple, the damage, yeah, he
The
was.
knockback on that was so strong.
Yeah, Olimar in that game was OD.
That is
Like-
eternal sadness.
He was OD in that
No.
game. But you know, getting back to going through the bracket, I lose that game, and then I don't remember who I played the next match after that, but I went through and I 2-0'd him. And then I ended up playing a couple other people, beat a couple other people, then I ended up going up against Brian. And he played Meta Knight. I remember. Cause I think, did Aaron play him? Aaron played him in winners, right?
Probably.
Because I know Aaron played Brian. I know Aaron and Brian played. I'm pretty sure Aaron had beat him. It was like a close match. Aaron beat him, and then I ended up playing Brian in losers, and it was super close, but I edged him out and I ended up winning. And this was the first time I had fought against a Meta Knight, like in tournament. Like, I don't even think any of our friends used Meta Knight. None of us used Meta Knight at the time. Like, no one.
I think Martinez might have played him like on the first night.
Yeah.
And, like, kind of some stupid stuff with him, but didn't really play him seriously.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Oh yeah, I think you're right.
I think that tournament was probably the first time we got exposed to Meta Knight.
But I mean, it was on the fly. Like, I hadn't watched anything, never really played against the character, didn't really know what he was capable of, and somehow edged it out and got the win. And I think did I play Brent too? He played Pokemon Trainer.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember
if
I
I
played
a little more
him
guys too, just to make some clarification.
Yeah.
Our friends from Liverpool. They ended up being our friends afterwards, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't be friends in bracket.
Oh, heck no.
No.
I lost to my friend Ken. I was extra salty after. He had the tournament. I was extra salty. He played Pitt. I was super salty. So, yeah, afterwards, though, you know, we were like, hey, we're friends.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm running through the bracket, and you know, people are like, whoa, like Sam, you're gonna make it, you know. And then in losers final, I end up playing that Falco that beat me.
Ooh.
The Falco that beat me earlier. I ended up playing him again. But I mean, this time, like, I was ready for what he was trying to do, and I washed the guy. I beat him 3-0. I washed him.
You had the inner light on you too, right?
Inner light was on.
Oh.
Inner light was on, and I washed him. And then, you know, there was like a little break before grand finals. I drink water or whatever, refresh. And Mike is waiting in grand finals. And Mike, this tournament, he hadn't lost a single. I don't think he dropped a single match in any of his sets. Like, he was really
Mike was playing so good that day.
He was playing so good, like beating everyone, like just like, man, like unstoppable. I make it to grand finals, sit down, you know, putting my music on, I'm getting ready to play, you know, handshake, you know, good luck. Game starts. First stage we played, I believe, was Final Destination. Yeah. Played Final Destination, and the first game he whooped me. Like like he beat me pretty solidly, and I was just like, oh crap. I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? And it's like one of those moments where like you see yourself losing, but it's like you can't do anything to prevent yourself from losing. It's like you're watching a movie. So like you're just getting whooped and you can't do anything about it. Like, you know, there was no, I couldn't, it was like I couldn't think or nothing. And I was just like, oh man, second game comes. I think I picked Battlefield again. And I didn't pick Battlefield. I picked Final Destination again because I was salty. I was salty. So I picked Final Destination again. And he beats me again. And I'm like, am I really about to go down like this, like without really putting up a fight? And so I took a little bit, you know, took a little breather, sat there, thought about some things for a bit, gathered myself, and went into the third game. And it ended up being super close because I picked Destination again, being stubborn. Ended up being super close, and I ended up beating him. I beat him the third game. And I was like, all right, I'm still in it.
Nice.
And then the next game, I think he might have switched stages at that point or something. I can't remember it too clearly, but same thing again, close again, super close, last stock, high percentages. I beat him again. It's tied up 2-2. And then like the final game of that first set, like it was kind of like I could feel him kind of losing some confidence. Like I could kind of tell in his gameplay that he was, you know, he wasn't as confident as he was earlier. So then the last game, like I was like, okay, so like I really put like the pressure on him that game. Like I changed from how I was playing the last two games and like went complete opposite and was like really aggressive and not so like trying to like space him out and be patient. And you know, ended up like beating him like pretty handily, like 2 stocks left.
Ooh.
And then, you know, he takes his breather. I reset the grand finals, and he takes his breather and does that. And I'm like, I'm ready to go. Like I was fired up. I was ready to go. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, I feel it. I feel it.
The momentum.
From like the spectator perspective, I can remember Mike kind of like, you know, his confidence kind of shaky after you beat him. I think after the first match, it kind of like he started wavering a little bit, and then that second one really messed him up.
It cracked him.
I think so.
Yeah.
Especially because we were talking shit.
Yeah. And then
wait. So you're saying there was a bunch of shit talk in the background?
So, I mean, you know, you cheered your boy on, you know.
Oh man.
I missed that.
Like, and, you know, we already would give Mike crap anyway, but now it's like in a tournament setting, and it's like, you know, you want your friends to win.
Pretty funny. That's funny.
But yeah, I remember Mike just kind of like, you can see that like the pressure was getting to him.
So, you know, the next set begins, and I mean, like at this point, I just started to just really pick him apart. Like it was. Oh no. It was he was kind of broken at this point, and I ended up sweeping him.
Oh no! You figured him out?
Yeah.
Oh no!
Swept him, and
it's
I ended up
winning the tournament. Adjustments.
Happens to the best of us.
Made the adjustments and ended up winning.
Yeah, I remember he was like really hoping to end it in the first set.
Yeah.
It's
so
hard,
broke his
man.
spirit, and then you just broke him, huh?
It just goes to show, like, it goes to show that even if you're in winners bracket, you could be in grand finals, dude. But it's pretty terrifying when someone's hungry and loses, and then once they even take one game, the momentum shifts even a little bit. You feel it.
Yeah.
It's hard to stay on top. Like the hardest part is just staying up there, being consistent. So, right, props to you, dude. That's what I like to hear, Sam.
Yeah. That was a pretty good moment. Definitely won't forget that ever.
Things about that tournament was like just watching you make the adjustments to, you know, come back, especially from losers. Like you made it all the way through losers, basically. to win the whole thing.
Oh yeah, you lost your first match. Classic.
Yeah, and you got the guy back in the end too.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I like to hear.
It was pretty awesome. But I mean, after that, you know, we started going to like more like tournaments like out of town and stuff like that, and we started playing people like some of the best players in like Stockton, Sacramento. There was people coming up from Southern California up to these tournaments, and who was that one guy? I can't remember. Was his name Lucian?
What did he play?
He played Fox. Brawl. And then there was him. There was Nanners, the Diddy Kong. There was
I remember him.
TC1. There was Meep. There was
Peach's Kitchen.
Yeah, Peach's Kitchen. There was there was Peach's Kitchen. There was Catnip.
Oh, Catnip was the dude that played like the arcade, right? Like he played.
He was
like
friends. He was friends with the
Okay.
guy who played Melee, like it was an arcade stick. That was one of the craziest things I've ever seen. And he was raw.
Yeah,
Like,
that dude
he
really
was
good.
super good, and he played with the controller like it was an arcade stick.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Like his grip?
How you hold
Like,
the analog stick like that? What do
He
you mean?
held the analog between his index and his thumb.
What? That's
Yeah,
wild.
that dude was freaking good.
He was good, really good.
How do you hold that vertically or horizontal? I can only see him do it horizontally. He had to do it horizontally, move left and right.
I don't know how he did it, but he was nasty.
He put on his lap like it was a freaking arcade stick and played.
Yeah.
That's wild, dude.
Yep.
I've heard of people playing claw. See, that one I get, right? Playing claw, but like an arcade stick, like you got both hands like that? What the heck?
Was it both hands or just one?
I think it was just
the analog.
Just the analog, yeah.
That's like the reverse though, because usually it's the opposite. People will play claw like for the buttons, right? There are notable players that have done that, but I've never heard of someone playing claw on the left side of the stick.
I don't know how he did it, but that man was good.
Yeah.
Hey, if you win, dude, that's all that matters. That's tight. I like that.
Yeah, whatever works for you.
Yeah. But, you know, continue to go to like these different tournaments and stuff and just get experience. You know, was getting experience and just started to place a little bit better, started to figure the game out a little bit more. And I mean, I was at the time like I was putting so much effort into the game. Like I was starting to get mentioned as like one of the best players in NorCal.
Nice.
And then we went to Axis.
Yep.
Yeah. Went to Axis, his tournament in Emeryville. And I don't even remember how we found out. I don't know how we found out about that one.
It might have been on, what is that Smash website that they had?
Was it, oh man, the old one, huh?
Yeah, it was like a social network for Smash. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
Smashboards?
Smashboards?
No, there's another one.
There's another one.
Like, we made profiles and all this crazy. Like it was like it was like a Facebook kind of, but for Smash.
Not Smash.gg. Not
All is Brawl?
All is Brawl.
I think it might have been All is Brawl. Yeah.
I think that's it. Yeah. Thank you, Nachi. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, All is Brawl. That was the site.
It's a forum?
It used to be like a social network, like a Facebook for Smash.
Okay.
And then,
I think I played Street Fighter 4 through that website too.
Yeah, that's because they like made other versions of it too.
Yeah. But yeah, we go to this tournament, and I can't remember if how late we stayed up like playing.
Dude, we stayed pretty late.
Yeah.
The night before, I don't remember either.
Yeah.
But, it was a bit of a journey to get over there too. It's like a 2-hour drive.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So you guys get the hotel room and everything?
No.
No. Oh.
No.
You don't got 8 people sleeping in the same hotel room?
Didn't have that one.
No, by that it was just me and Sam playing. So
yeah, I mean, maybe had we made it further in the tournament, we might have. But I think they finished that tournament in one day.
Yeah, it was a one-day tournament.
It was a one day, but I mean, there was over 300 people that entered.
Wow.
Yeah, and they had a grip of setups, man.
So many setups, and oh man, you know what? If my MySpace still works, hello.
No.
If my MySpace still works, no, I have match footage from that tournament on my page.
Oh no!
Wait up! If you got the match, if you send it to us, we'll put it up.
I have a few matches I think on my page.
No, MySpace is a rip, dude. They rebranded the website. I think it's. I
might have to try it because I think they might even be on my YouTube. They might have been uploaded like through my YouTube. I can't remember.
We got to see some of those.
I'll have to look. Yeah. But we go to this tournament. It's a huge bracket, and there's so many known players here. So many players. Who was his name? SK92. SK92 was there. Like the SoCal dudes were there. Like the Stockton guys were there. Like there was a lot of players there. A lot of really good players. And I think my first match at this tournament was against a Falco.
First round Falco, huh?
First round Falco, but I mean, I tore him apart. Like I whooped him. I had him. He was salty too, because he was salty because I wasn't even letting him. Like I don't know if I let him grab me once or not. He probably grabbed me a few times because not getting grabbed a single time is kind of hard to do. But I mean, he was really trying to grab me a lot, and I really wasn't letting it happen. But I don't remember every single match, but I remember my first match. I remember playing through, winning a few more, and then I went up against Mike Hayes. Mike Hayes, and he played Marth. He played Marth at the time, and like, what stage was it? It might have been Battlefield. It might have been, probably was Battlefield. But, in Brawl, there was no, there was like, this was the first time that they kind of did like the ledge, like the instant ledge grab stuff. And like, the upbeat, you upbeat a ledge and you just grab it, right?
Nah.
Like you don't have to. This was when you didn't have to space your up Bs correctly. Like if you up B to the ledge, you instantly grab the ledge, even if your up B would go up over the ledge. Like it would just snatch the ledge. And he used Marth, and no joke, the whole time, all this guy was doing, he would go to the ledge and drop down and then up B, drop down and up B, drop down and up B for the whole time. And like, I have never played against anyone who would do something like that, right?
Yeah.
And so I was kind of like, what do I do? So then I started like, throwing the Beyblade like out near the edge and trying to space it to where it would sit on the very edge and, hit him when he tried to up B. But like Mart's up B was just knocking the top away. So like I couldn't contest him while he was on the ledge. So he pretty much would get damage on me, get a higher percentage on me than his, and then go ledge camp and just keep doing it over and over and over.
Oh, that's that lame.
And then, yeah, he was playing lame. And eventually, you get annoyed, you get frustrated, so you go and you try and do something to him. And then he ends up getting more damage because you're just going in and not thinking about anything.
Right.
You're just getting upset. And, he did that the whole game, and he ends up, he almost times me out. Like, almost times me out. And I was just like, man, like that was, like, what was that? Like, that was super obnoxious, right? So the next game, I'm like, okay, I'm going to pick a stage where he can't do that.
Right.
And the rules at this time, I don't know if they were always like this, but at this tournament, I guess it was legal, was that I get my counter pick stage, right? And I could change characters and stage. But when I switched stages, he switched characters. Now, I know normally if you win, you have to stay the character that you won with. Yeah. And he switched I picked what was that Mario Sunshine, I think was the stage
Oh,
where
yeah.
the stage transitions
Delfino
and
Plaza?
changes. Yeah, the Delfino Plaza. There we go. I picked that stage because it has transitions and you can't ledge camp on that stage. And he picks Meta Knight.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
and
Okay.
what does he do
Okay.
with Meta Knight? He'll drop down, go under the stage, and then tornado up. And tornado in that game is basically invulnerable to everything. You cannot contest Meta Knight like damn near at all.
Oh, that is whack. Dude.
So
That's always been
it was, yeah. Go ahead, sorry.
No, I was gonna say like that's always been a particular thing because me coming from traditional 2D fighters and having to being exposed to the Smash ruling where you can change the stage but you can like somehow change characters. That's always been weird to me. Now that I think about it, it makes sense because if you pick a stage that favors your character, then I guess it makes sense that your opponent can change characters. But
but it's like it's like counter picking a counter pick when you're
Yeah,
not allowed to counter pick.
Because that's the logic I've always. Because I mean, to me in the beginning, I was like, that doesn't make sense. You won with the character, you gotta get the change. But I always thought that the stage mattered that much. People that play Smash, that I guess it's okay for your opponent to choose another.
Just switch another character.
That's the logic. Personally, even now, people will debate stages all day, and I totally get it, right? And a lot of the time, the logic is there, justified. But even now, I'm just like, honestly, dude, I just want to play on a stage. I just want to outplay you the whole time. I don't want to win because this stage's blast zone is 2 centimeters. Like, that's just not who I am. Like, I want to outplay you. You know what I mean? That's why I thought it was weird that you could always just counterpick. But I was like, you know what? Hey, rulings in Smash, I'll let it rock. Whatever.
But you need it sometimes because like some stage, I mean, just look at the rule set now. There aren't enough small stages. So where some of the bigger stages we could use are out there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you want to rush somebody down, it's much easier on the small stage where they can't run away or there's less platforms. Like, that's why everybody goes to PS2. It's pretty fair.
It's like a neutral.
Yeah.
Because Trippy will spend like 20 minutes trying to explain to me why my stage pick was bad, or like, bro, don't take it. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm just trying to outplay him and win a neutral. I mean, his logic is there, it makes sense, and yeah, it's my bad for not. But it's still a new. You think after playing Smash this long, I would get this, but it's just a foreign concept to me, dude. Like, I don't research stages. I don't learn the match. Like, I don't go home and be like, all right, guys, I barely died to this because I DI'd this. I'm definitely gonna pick this stage instead of. I'm not thinking about that, dude. Like,
I've always like. Oh, sorry, Nachi. Go ahead.
Well, it's like when we just mentioned outplaying. It's hard to outplay somebody when they can just camp you. Like, that's why you might take them to FD where they can't get away or there's no platforms.
Yeah.
Well, to me, real quick, like as far as counterpicking for stages and stuff goes, I feel like if you're gonna switch your character if you won, that should be announced before
the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, definitely. Because then it's like, I mean.
It's supposed to kind of give the person that lost, a way to balance it out. Yeah. Or not necessarily advantage, but kind of like even things out a little bit, And if you're going to switch the character after I pick the stage, it's like, okay, well then.
Kind of defeats the purpose. So, he ends up doing the tornado stuff over and over and over, and I couldn't deal with it. Nothing I could really do about it. He ends up beating me. He beats me, and like all his friends behind him are like talking mess to him, saying, he's lame and giving him crap about it, like, you're lame, blah blah blah. Like, and they're like, man, sorry about my friend, da da da. And like, I was salty. Like, I didn't even shake his hand. Like, I was salty. I was definitely salty after that. I was like, I can't believe
I lost that.
I lost to something like that. I came to this tournament to play people, that are good. And not that he's not good. He's good, but it was just the way he played was just like, it just felt completely unnecessary. And that's kind of what started my disdain for Meta Knight, was that tournament. Because after that, it started getting bad with Meta Knight. I'll get into that a little bit. But I lost to Mike Hayes, and then I played a couple more matches. I win those, and then I go up against Peach's Kitchen.
Oh,
And
here we go.
I go up against Peach's Kitchen.
For those who don't know, Peach's Kitchen is God.
Yeah.
You want to explain why?
Because at the time he played Peach, and and he's talking and doing his thing, and he'd always say, get out of this is Peach's Kitchen. Get out of Peach's Kitchen is open. Like,
he always said that when he was doing well.
When he was doing well, yeah. When he was doing well, he's talking about Peach's Kitchen.
That's hella funny.
He
said Peach's Kitchen.
I end up losing to him in like a close set, and the way I lost was he forward aired me at like a lower percentage, and like I don't know, maybe I didn't DI or maybe I DI'd incorrectly, whatever it was, but like I died at like a really low percentage, and he was kind of like, wait, what? Because like I went off stage and I kind of flew straight off, like in a horizontal line. I didn't go up or down, and then it let me air dodge to like help my recovery, and then it even let me do my second jump, and I moved forward, and then I just died, and it was really weird, and I was like, all right, I lost, whatever.
That was one of the most annoying things about Brawl.
Yeah.
Like, you get knocked into the blast zone and you air dodge and then you die. Like, wait, what?
Mm-hmm. So
how was I able to air dodge and still die?
Yeah, that ended my run, and I can't remember where or when I found out what place. I think I found out what place I got after we went and like reported. They went, and I ended up getting I think 46th. I got 46th at that tournament, and this was like, this was the first like big tournament that we had went to. But I mean, I was like, dang, I didn't even realize that I had gotten that far. And we stayed for like a little bit. We didn't end up staying for the whole thing. We stayed for like maybe a little bit more, watched some matches and stuff, and then we ended up leaving. And I think who won that tournament? Was it that Ice Climbers? I think it was that Ice Climbers player.
Honestly, I don't remember who won because I remember I had a bad toothache that day. So like, after a while, I just went in my car and took a nap.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that was that tournament. That tournament was extremely well ran. Like,
that's good to hear.
Extremely well ran, plenty of setups, lots of room. Like it was really good.
I don't remember what school it was, but
well ran, like fully charged.
Fully charged is well. Hey, don't knock it.
Y'all making me blush.
Yeah. I like how fully charged runs.
Except doubles. Like I'll admit that's the one time where I mess up. Like if it's a doubles tournament, we're going over.
Shout out to our wonderful TO. Shout out to Kaiser. Shout out to everybody. Classic, dude.
Man,
it's
that story. It makes me think about how Meta Knight Brawl had everything. He had the offense and the defense and the lane play.
His recovery was excessive.
It was dumb. He was OD in that game.
I remember not knowing how his recovery worked completely, like the glide back in the day. So when I heard through the grapevine that he was OD and his recovery was ridiculous, I didn't know how the glide worked, and I wasn't doing it right. And I'd be like, "This sucks, dude. Why is this guy OD? This guy's recovery can't even get out." And then I went on YouTube like a couple years later. I see people flying across the stage, going from one side of the list to the other side of the stage, and I'm just like, "Oh, that's broken."
Yeah, he was mad broken in that game.
And he had the 5 jumps, the glide, like really good recovery options in general. Like you weren't knocking this man off.
No, you weren't. If you didn't KO him, he was coming back every time, guaranteed. And had multiple ways of coming back, like everything he could come back from. And he had a 0 to death combo in that game off the top of the stage.
That's whack, dude.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Meta Knight was impressive.
Unfortunate, but hey, man, those days are behind us. Shout out to the Brawl days. Shout out to the competitive scene in general. know what I mean? It's always cool to hear a story from 2008. You know what's crazy is how well we remember these, because there are certain sets that I will never forget too. You know, and you would think after like 10 years you would forget, but nah, it sticks with you for a while.
Yeah.
Hey, Naj, you say we're moving on to the anime?
Yeah. So I mean, we heard a lot about the tournament scene. I mean, you got there playing guys like Mike Hayes, and and you had your anime moment with the Inner Light. So what kind of anime are you into?
I don't have a specific genre that I like. I mean, I've watched romance, I've watched mystery, I've watched drama, I've watched sports animes, I've watched the fighters and sports and all that. I've watched a lot of different animes, super weird animes that are just funny and don't really make much sense. Like,
spoken like a true connoisseur.
Yo, Sam. Yeah, Sam is definitely the connoisseur of anime.
I didn't know about that.
Like, you go over to his house and he just has manga tabs open. Like, for days.
Yo.
The grind never stops, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I've been put on to a bunch of anime because of Sam.
I'm super picky with my anime, and I'm not really a big manga reader. Not because I don't like it. I'm just not. I never was a manga reader, but I'm super picky with my anime. Like, I had to have recommendations. Like, I gotta have like 3 people tell me it's OD before I even consider it. Like, if someone would tell me some obscure thing, be like, "Yo, this anime's got, like, check it out," right? Someone at work be like, "Yo, check this out." I'll be like, "Yeah," and I go home and just watch some YouTube clips of Naruto and the old stuff, right? And then, but yeah. So Sam, with anime, so you must really just be super open. I'm assuming you're very open-minded then. Like, you can kind of just like, you're out of curiosity, you just click. Okay, that's cool. That's all I like to hear.
Yeah, and usually most of the stuff that I end up watching, if I haven't read it, I'll go read it too.
Okay, got it.
Oh, so you get the full experience.
Mm-hmm.
Full experience.
So here's one that I don't know. Have you heard of this one? Pio no Fuku Jaguar, something like that.
Oh, that sounds obscure.
It was about the dude with the recorder, and he was trying to teach somebody to play the recorder instead of the guitar or something like that.
Oh, I have not seen that one. It sounds like it's funny.
It's a manga. I don't know if they ever made the anime, but man,
it sounds like a funny one.
Yeah.
Wait, Sam, real quick.
Yeah.
This is completely out of left field. Have you seen and or read Nisekoi? You know about that?
Oh, I almost feel like it sounds familiar.
Okay.
But I can't recall something specific from it.
Okay, because I don't really watch animes, or I don't really watch harems or anything with like girls all over one dude. I mean, there are some mainstream ones where you can't really get away with it, but with the genre in particular, I don't actually go out of my. But I actually like that show because at the time it was notorious for never having a conclusion ever, right? It's just like, it was very ambiguous. Like, it seemed like you'd end up with this one girl, and then eventually it'd be with some other, and then at the end there'd be a cliffhanger with some other new girl, and you're like, wait. And I heard the anime never finished, but I think the manga did have a conclusion.
Oh man.
Anyway, I just thought it was curious because my friends like to joke around. Like, people talk about favorite animes, and yeah, Carl's is Nisekoi, and I'd be like, oh no, dude. I don't do that. So you're big on Hajime no Ippo. I read a little bit, and by a little bit, literally like barely, like a little bit. Mm-hmm. It's pretty good. I think it's cool that you're still following it. Man, that's mad long. That's like One Piece, dude.
That and One Piece. Probably the two I've followed for the longest.
Is there an end in sight? Is there any conclusion? Any end in sight? Anything coming near for Hajime? Are you aware?
Right now, no. Don't.
Oh, it's really
immediately.
Just,
I don't see like an immediately one because of kind of what's going on right now. I don't want to like spoil anything really, but because of what's happening right now, like it feels like some more stuff is gonna pop off soon.
Does he age?
No.
Okay, I'm just curious.
Yeah, there hasn't been like any like time skip type stuff.
That's crazy. That shit. He really just got boxers to fight all the time, huh? He just doesn't retire, huh?
No, I really like I like his story, and I like you know, his like kind of come from like nothing type story, and
Right.
ends up being pretty good at what he does. And
Yeah.
but like he's like an extremely hard worker, like extremely hard worker, and like
Dedicated.
very dedicated, and then like the trust between him and his coach is like like that's like what makes that anime and stuff. It's crazy.
It's definitely joyous to watch something like that. That seems to be a common theme in anime, just working hard in general. And I don't think I'll ever get tired of it, man. Like it's fun to root for somebody who just works that hard.
Yeah, like anime, like it's more than just watching a cartoon. Like these things,
oh yeah,
they carry a lot of like real life type things in it, and there's philosophy to it. There's like lessons you can learn from anime. It's like I mean, they're super entertaining along with like relatable. And
right. Yeah, that's spot on. Actually, I was having a conversation at work a long time ago with my coworker, and he's older. Like I hung out with two dudes, and one was like 30, 31, 32, 30, probably 30, maybe like mid 30s, maybe early mid 30s, and another dude was like 50, right? And me and the 30-year-old guy is pretty open minded, right? And he's somewhat familiar with anime, but you could tell he doesn't really, not really, but he's seen like maybe bits and pieces there. But yeah, he and I were just telling me about here I were discussing how anime as a medium can depict things you can't see in live action. Like there are a lot of things in anime you can't, or there are a lot of things in live action you can't really show people. In animation, you just have so much freedom.
Yeah.
And that's where, with that much freedom in that particular kind of medium, there are just different ways to show people, morals, philosophy, ethics, right? And people will always dismiss it as cartoons. When my mom came home and I was talking about One Piece with my sister and my brother, and they're like, yo, that's that cartoon, right? I'm like, oh man. you guys were not.
The disrespect.
You guys were not taking notes.
Yo, she needs to read it.
Like if you can watch like movies and stuff, and like there's scenes that like make you like emotional and things like that, there's plenty of anime that give the same exact effect. It might even be a little bit stronger because of the you get involved with these characters and you feel for them, and it's like the same thing as watching a movie.
Yeah, I wish people would get that. There are some people that have given it a chance and it just wasn't for them, and that's okay. I think that's great. I think the fact that you even gave it a chance is good, but it's a shame that some people will dismiss it entirely just because in the West or in the United States, cartoons are just mainly a medium for children.
Yep.
Right? But what people don't understand is Japanese, they use that to portray adult themes more often than not. And that's why people just dismiss it. And it's kind of, I feel like it's just silly to do that in general. Like you have no experience with it, but like, oh, that's, you know what I mean? I'm not messing with that.
Yeah.
It's kind of, but yeah, you're right, dude. I'm someone that enjoys both. I love Western. I love Western film. I love Western, just media, but I love stuff from Japan. Absolutely. They both have their niches, their strengths, but you're right, dude. I wish more people watch anime, to be honest. Yeah, dude.
If you could recommend maybe like your top 5.
Oh, top 5? We're doing top 5?
Let's
go, boys. Cannot wait.
Oh man. So I'll start with, I don't even know if I could put these in order.
Don't even.
No order, just okay. Well, I mean, right off the top, but One Piece. Like
okay.
That's automatic. Fair. One Piece is automatic. Hajime no Ippo.
Okay.
Gintama.
Really? Okay. You gotta. It's that OD, huh?
It's good.
People say it's OD. Like, as someone that watch it, I just know there's a lot of pop culture, Japanese pop culture references.
A lot of anime references.
Will I enjoy it
There's
still?
a lot. Yeah.
Okay,
You will.
That's good to
enjoy it.
hear. That's good to hear.
Yeah, I hear really good things about Gintama.
Yeah.
I just haven't watched it yet.
It's super good. Yu Yu Hakusho. Oh man, and I'm gonna go with something you might not have heard of this one. Great Teacher Onizuka.
Oh, I don't know about that. Yo,
What's that
that's. I'm on the Google right now. Oh, there it is.
Yo,
I Google immediately. I don't even know about that.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, I think I heard about this.
See, and then
I
I
heard about this.
That's so hard because, like, I mean, I could put Hunter x Hunter in there. I can put what else have I seen?
Good.
Hunter x Hunter. I could put I liked Hitman Reborn. I like Berserk. Like there's a lot that I like. Baka no Testu.
Oh, that show's
Like,
funny.
What's that one about?
Dude.
Thanks for bringing that up because I wanted to, but I was like, that's too obscure.
Oh man, yeah, that one's funny.
Is it more obscure than Corey in the House? I had to throw that in there. That joke's too funny. That joke's never not never not funny. Yeah, keep going, boys.
Yeah, there's as I've watched a lot. I mean, I used to have a list of anime that I watched. I had it in a notepad. I don't have that notepad anymore, but I had a lot of stuff on there.
You don't got the My Anime list going on, dude? I know everybody got it. I don't got that either.
I gotta reach. I would have to reach back, and like, cause some of them I may have forgotten the names of, but
And my anime list would go on for too long.
Yo, Sam's anime list would be ridiculous. Oh man, Gintama. I might have to check that out, dude. I've heard a lot of good things over the years.
It's definitely worth watching.
Hey, Moss, give us Moss, you got a top 5?
Oh man, I didn't think about this one for a while, but I think no particular order. One Piece is up there automatically. It ain't going nowhere. The story's too good.
Yeah, the story's interesting.
Dude, I've watched One Piece about 3 times.
3 times?
I'm about to.
Yeah.
You're wild.
The first time
Crazy.
I started was like right around the time skip so that's like 10 years ago, maybe, about when I started. And that was only like 400 and change episodes. And then I was like, oh man, I gotta catch up, so I got on the manga rule like right after that.
Oh man,
Okay.
dude.
Then I think I watched it again while I was back when I was working at the men's warehouse, because it was super slow. So I just sit there and watch anime, and I caught up to One Piece again, and I caught up to Ippo at the same time.
Okay.
Yes.
Working at men's warehouse is dope because I got a fat discount and I can watch anime in movies. Dude, and I'd be like, play my 3DS there, but that's a different story for a different time. And then I watched it, I think, one more time after that. But yeah, so One Piece is definitely up there. I've put a lot of time in it, enjoyed the hell out of it. Let's see, Inuyasha, I think, would be in there as well.
Ooh,
That was a good one.
that's a good one.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know about the sequel. It's looking a little weird.
Still have
Shihime?
Yep.
I didn't even know.
Yeah, Sam, Kagome and Inuyasha have a kid, and I think Sesomaru and maybe Rin have a daughter. I'm not sure.
They took it that far?
I think so.
Oh man.
And they homies it looks like, but I think it comes out maybe next month. I think it's supposed to like start in the fall or something like that. So maybe I'll check it out. But yeah, Inuyasha, Digimon season 1 and 2 and 3.
Yes.
After that, I don't really pay attention to the others.
All I have to say is Phoenix Agumon. That's when I tapped.
Oh, that reference is too obscure. I never followed Inuyasha. I always thought when Inuyasha was on, I thought
that was a Digimon reference, my guy.
Oh, okay. I don't know about that. I don't know. I didn't talk about
Phoenix Agumon.
You could say anything about Inuyasha. I wouldn't know. At one point, I thought the girl was Inuyasha. That's how little I know about that show.
Oh, you pulled the Zelda, huh?
Dude, that show. Zelda, yo.
You pulled the Zelda.
That's not Zelda, dude. He's like, what do you mean? Zelda's the Zelda's
Yo.
the dude, right?
Yup. That's fun. That's hella funny.
Let's see. So, and then Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh, you got Yu-Gi-Oh
GX is alright. Yeah, I think Yu-Gi-Oh probably be in there. And then I'm thinking it's either between like Ippo or Yu Yu Hakusho. But like, yeah, Reborn is really good too. Daily Live of High School Boys is a funny like slice of life anime. Arakawa on the Bridge is pretty funny.
Yeah, that's one of those. Yeah.
Yo, my boy Hoshi.
Hoshi, too strong. Oh man.
And the Kappa. Okay.
The Kappa. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Let's see. High School of the Dead was cool too. That's kind of what got me like back into anime.
That one
like
was
my third time getting back into anime. Like
what was it? Wait, High School what?
High School of the Dead.
That.
Oh, okay.
That got me into manga pretty heavily.
Okay.
That makes sense. But yeah, like I kind of like a couple different phases of anime. It was like Dragon Ball, obviously, was like the beginning start of it. And then it was like kind of the Inuyasha, Yu Yu Hakusho time. And then Naruto was like really big, and then Naruto died.
Yep. We don't talk about Shippuden.
Yep.
Wait, hold on, wait. I keep going with the list.
And then like after that, it was kind of like, yeah, like High School of the Dead kind of kicked off like my college anime watching, and it was just like everything else after that. So, yep. That's when I started watching like the weirder ones.
You know what's weird is I didn't start watching anime until I mean at least I didn't start really watching anime until I was like 18. Because I remember I at the time I had only seen Naruto and like Pokemon and like I think the first legitimate anime I guess you could say that, right? It's Naruto that I watched, and that's probably why it's number one on my list, because that's like just the one I was 13. Yeah, it was Toonami, and at the time they were holding there was like a 12-hour marathon, and I had never seen any Naruto ever, right? I always thought it was weird. I thought anime was weird all the time. Even though I like Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon, I didn't know those were anime at the time. Any other anime was weird to me, right? There was some weird fan service or whatever, and I thought it was weird. But when Naruto came on, what hooked me was the Chunin exam. The written exam is what got me. You guys remember that?
Yep.
Yeah.
And because at the time, I was like, I wanted to see how it ended. Because I was like, yo, Naruto doesn't know anything. How's he supposed to? And then when Sasuke was like, yo, we got to cheat. And 13-year-old me is losing my mind, right? 12-year-old, I was like, wait, hold on, you gotta cheat, son? I was like, wait, that's not what you're supposed to do.
The first part of Naruto was done so well.
Yeah, and I was like, yo, you gotta cheat? That was the coolest thing, and I just remember kept watching. I couldn't keep my eyes off the TV, and ever since then, I was watching. Preliminary exam when Rock Lee did that against Gaara. Yep. Oh man, that was when I knew. That's when I knew.
That was the first like scene of Naruto that I ever seen. I was like, okay, these shows be tight.
OD, yeah, because I was already attached to a bunch of characters. When Rock Lee did that, I was like, oh man, this is my favorite anime. It's too good. It's crazy, dude. So Naruto's my number one. Shout out to Shippuden. I honestly did. I don't I don't dislike Shippuden as much as everyone else probably, but it still holds a near and dear. It's still a near dear place to my heart.
So what was Shippuden? Because I never really watched Naruto that much.
Just
second half of the story. Time skip. Yeah. Everyone's a little older.
Well, second half, my ass. It's freaking hella.
Yeah, everyone's older. Naruto's more Naruto does it more alpha. A lot of people will say, I've had this discussion with a bunch of people, and a lot of people say that Naruto was over once Naruto and Pain finished. Because Pain is probably my favorite villain. I don't know if all time, but he's definitely my top 3. Because Pain's motivation is so OD. It just makes sense. It's so, I'm not going to go to it in depth, but it's just too good. But a lot of people say, like, yeah, Naruto versus Pain should end there. But yeah, shout out to Shippuden. That anime is just so near and dear to my heart. So number 1. Number 2, this is ordered, by the way. Gurren Lagann used to be my favorite anime of all time.
Hey.
Yeah.
That opening is dope.
Oh, yeah, the opening's OD. The song's ridiculous, right? I don't know if it's as good. To me, it might hold a candle to the Yu Yu Hakusho opening. But that's another discussion. So So Gurren Lagann used to be my number one, but Naruto is just so near and dear to me that I was like, you know what, Naruto means a lot more. I have Samurai Champloo in here at number 3. I have Your Lie in April at number 4. Oh, classic. Oh, it's too good. I had to put a romance anime in there. Tearjerker. I also have Haikyuu at number 5. Haikyuu is too good, dude.
Haikyuu, I haven't watched it yet, but it looks. I've heard good things about it.
I didn't know volleyball was OD until I watched Haikyuu. I had no clue. Sam, you watch Haikyuu?
I watched.
After watching Kuroko's basketball, I wanted to watch Haikyuu, and I never.
Kuroko, and I didn't even mention Prince of Tennis.
Oh, that's OD?
Oh, dude, you used to watch that all the time. I remember
Prince
that.
of Tennis is OD.
Ridiculous? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I might check that out. The OG one. There's only one, right?
I think there's like an older one.
Okay.
I don't know what. I haven't seen anything from it in like a while. I don't know if they made more, but Prince of Tennis was I
might have to check that out. Because if you ask
I think there might be a couple of Prince of Tennis series.
Because if you ask me right now, in my opinion, I think Haikyuu is the best sports anime. But I haven't seen Hajime no Ippo yet, so I'm not allowed to. I feel like I'm not allowed to have an opinion on this, but that's just me. Haikyuu is what I've seen a couple of sports animes, and Haikyuu is probably my favorite.
Have you seen Kuroko's basketball?
Yeah, I still like Haikyuu more than that. Okay. Even though I like basketball in real life, I actually follow basketball in real life. I actually enjoy Haikyuu more than I do Kuroko.
Nice.
A couple honorable mentions. I feel like after Yu Yu Hakusho is done, it'll be here in top 5. I have to replace something because Yu Yu Hakusho is so OD. Like it's so godlike. Right? It's too good. The English dub opening, dude.
That's one of the greatest.
Yu Yu Hakusho English dub opening is so ridiculously good. There's not very many openings where the English dub is better than because right now if you ask me, I think the English dub is better. The English opening at least is better than the. I don't know about the Japanese, the sub version, but I know the opening dub version is better. If you ask me,
super good.
It's man, that's too good. That's my honorable mention, but I think Yu Yu Hakusho will be top 5 once I'm done with it. Nash, you gonna take us out?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'll tell you what. My honorable mention is the best anime of all time. King of the Hill.
Wait, honestly, real talk. Almost esports that. Real talk. Real talk. King of the Hill. You're right, dude. I don't know why that's not in my honorable mention. That should be everything. In my top. King of the Hill probably might be there. King of the Hill is all. It holds a candle to Corey in the house. Real talk.
It's got slice of life.
That's facts.
Battles, everything.
Facts, dude. You saw the King of the Hill anime opening?
Wait. Hold on. We forgot the best honorable mention.
Which one?
That SpongeBob anime that just dropped.
Which one?
The SpongeBob one?
Oh, the SpongeBob anime?
SpongeBob.
Sam, you know about that? Have you seen that?
I've seen I haven't actually seen if they've made any episodes, but I used to watch the opening. They have the openings.
Oh, yo.
The music, it actually looks like
they did an episode.
No, Sam, they released an episode.
They released an episode.
It was so good that they copyrighted it. It took it down.
Wow.
Bro, I watched it the day it came out. Everybody in the comments was like, yo, this is about to get taken down, but this is fire. Bro, it was hella good. Why was that so good? The production was OD, dude.
Yo, the voice actors actually sounded like legit anime voice actors.
It was
I swear. Actors sounded like Jiraiya.
It was so funny. And then the opening, Sam, the opening was real. They actually had a band do it. And it was a legit original opening. And it was OD. It was so sick, dude.
That's sick.
Dude, you gotta find a way. I'm pretty sure there'll be uploads, but it was so funny because it was just I was really anime. It's always been a meme, but SpongeBob, it was actually a SpongeBob anime. It was so funny.
That's awesome.
Shout outs to that.
All right, so I actually don't watch that much anime. I'm surprised.
Now you think about it. I
thought I watched more.
You've only seen 5, and that's the only list of your top 5.
No, because my top 5 is basically just parts of everybody else's. Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo, One Piece, Yu Yu Hakusho for sure. And then I guess I don't know. It'd be Dragon Ball, Z, and then Tournament of Power. I didn't really like the rest of Super.
Right. There's really nothing wrong with that list. That list is pretty normal and justified too. All the animes are incredible. Like there's anyone that argues with you about having an obscure anime in there, those guys are that's on some elitist, pretentious type. Like, that make no sense. Like this dude, you just like whatever. Those are all classics. Like all highly regarded for a reason. So.
Yeah, like I've never seen a sports anime. My list is.
What about JoJo's, man?
Anime. What? What
about JoJo's?
Oh, yo, JoJo.
JoJo's. Oh,
Najee, come on.
JoJo's is life. It's not anime. What are you talking about?
You've been tweeting about JoJo how long?
Yeah, this. I can't believe I forgot. Because like,
the
when I think about JoJo's, man, it's not just an anime. It's a whole lifestyle.
When you mention King of the Hill, but not JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
We'll put JoJo's in place of Dragon Ball.
Yeah, I feel like with Dragon Ball, you kind of just take it off the list because it's like everybody's kind of
gateway.
Like,
just
it
everyone.
Is a gateway, yeah.
It's a gateway anime, and also it's a classic, and it's you can't
it's
really.
It's an automatic favorite. Like you can't really.
It's not really a wrong answer. Yeah, it's not really a wrong answer. It's just not. It's just got.
It's like it's Dragon Ball. That's it. Like.
Yeah, that's all you need to know. A staple.
All right. Well, I am sure we've hit the time mark.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Yeah. We're going to wrap it up here. Thank you for tuning in to our first 2-part episode. You got to hear about Sam's MMO experience in the first one and now his tournament experience in the second one. And I'm sure we'll have him back another time. And all in all, just be on the lookout because we might have some footage from 2008 era Brawl.
Yo, there's some old footage. I can't believe I just found this stuff. I was just like, it's got to be somewhere.
Dude, I forgot we had a freaking YouTube page.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Be on the lookout. This has been Whispering Tears, Mossta, Westsidious, and Sam. We'll see you guys next week.
Later, y'all.
Later.